Prison walls hold secrets, secrets of confinement, longing, and unexpected connections. While the world outside imagines strict barriers between guards and inmates, the reality inside can be different. Sometimes dangerously close relationships form, blurring the lines between captor and captive. The power dynamics in prison are stark. Guards hold the keys, control movement, and enforce rules. Inmates navigate a world stripped of autonomy, desperate for connection. This power imbalance creates fertile ground for manipulation, where genuine feelings can be exploited. The stories that emerge from these forbidden bonds are often tragic. Lives are upended, careers shattered, and the integrity of the justice system called into question. These are not just abstract consequences, they are the real human costs of crossing the line. Take the case of correctional officer Susan Smith. Working in a large men's prison, she felt invisible, insignificant. Then came inmate James, charming, attentive, a skilled manipulator who saw her vulnerability. He offered compliments, shared his poetry, made her feel seen. Their relationship escalated slowly, hidden glances, shared jokes, contraband gifts. Susan justified it as compassion, a human connection in a dehumanizing environment. She started smuggling in contraband for James, small things at first, then cell phones, drugs. For James, it was a game, a way to gain power and influence within the prison walls. He used their connection to his advantage, manipulating Susan to bring him what he wanted. He made her feel special, indispensable, even loved. The charade unraveled as quickly as it began. An anonymous tip alerted authorities. Surveillance footage confirmed their illicit exchanges. Susan was arrested, charged with corruption, facing years in prison. The consequences for Susan were swift and brutal. Her career, her reputation, her freedom, all gone. The justice system she had sworn to uphold now held her captive, the weight of her betrayal crushing. She became an inmate in the very system she once served. James, too, faced consequences, although less severe. He was transferred, placed in solitary confinement, his carefully constructed network disrupted. But for him, it was just another game, another manipulation, another testament to his ability to exploit weakness. The story of Susan and James is not unique. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangerous dynamics that can unfold within prison walls. When guards get too close to inmates, the consequences are far-reaching. These forbidden relationships erode public trust in the justice system, fueling the perception of corruption and favoritism. They compromise the safety and security of both staff and inmates, creating an environment ripe for exploitation and violence. The stories of these broken boundaries force us to confront uncomfortable truths about power, vulnerability, and the human capacity for both good and evil. They remind us that even within the most rigid structures, human connections can flourish, sometimes with devastating consequences.